Thank you, Honourable Speaker, sir. Honourable Prime Minister, the Honourable Leader of the Opposition, Honourable Attorney General, Honourable Cabinet colleagues, Honourable members, and to the thousands of Fijians watching this on the Fijian Government Facebook page. Today, I rise to support the 2020 to 2021 Fiji National Budget. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to express my gratitude to our Minister of Economy, Honourable Ayaz Sayed Kayum, for this great Fijian budget. The United Nations has commended the Fijian government for a bold and courageous budget. It has silenced all the critics and provided us with hope for the future. While some are trying to take this hope away, this side of the House knows how important hope is for our beloved nation, especially during these trying times. I would like to remind everyone that this budget is the product of extensive national consultations. The Fiji First government met with Fijians all over the country, and we got their input. We spoke to them, women, youth, business owners, civil servants, and more. We visited you on them on the ground and asked for their thoughts through the Fijian government Facebook page. This is important because it allows us to understand where the needs of the people lie, so we can provide help to those areas. Mr. Speaker, sir, the past few months since COVID-19 first reached our shores have felt like a rugby match. COVID-19 is our enemy team. All the players and fans want Team Fiji to win the game. On the field, we are giving it everything, backed by the prayers of our fans. Our captain, Honourable Prime Minister Bainimarama, is the leading charge against COVID-19. Finally, with the 2020 to 2021 Fiji National Budget, we have scored an important try and are closer to victory. Mr. Speaker, sir, and then we have parties like SODELPA and NFP who are cheering for the other side. While we all want Fiji to beat COVID-19 and recover, they are doing the opposite. They are cheering when we're forced to make a reduction because they think it will get them more votes. Let that sink in. The opposition is cheering for COVID-19 to win against Fiji. I have never seen anything like it in my life. They should be ashamed. Luckily for Fijians, this side of the House is working hard to ensure that Fiji recovers. Mr. Speaker, sir, we will ensure no Fijian is left behind because of COVID-19. Free education for our children. We all know that Fiji, to be successful, we need to educate our young ones. The budget ensures that will continue. Primary and secondary students will have their fees paid, textbooks provided, bus fares paid for those who need it. TELS will continue with a mark requirement of 250 plus. I hope this encourages students to work even harder during the time when hard work is so important. TELS payments have been suspended for 1 year, which will help former students to have more money to spend during these tough times. Just because you finish school does not mean you get left behind. Toppers will continue to educate Fijians in areas where we need experts. Despite the hard times, our innovative budget provides for our future generations and should be commended. Mr. Speaker, no matter what type of disaster occurs, we need to ensure our children continue to get educated. But more than just learning our science and accounting, I would like to remind parents that they have a responsibility to teach children the importance of being good people. Learning starts at home. Ensuring our children grow up as good human beings has never been before important. Parents, please talk to your children. Watch over them, give them their guidance, and help them become better citizens. Mr. Speaker, sir, not a single civil servant will get a pay cut in the 2020 to 2021 Fiji national budget. Many were expecting pay cuts. Listen. The other side, you listen. The other side of the House actually suggested that we cut the salaries of thousands of civil servants. A story in Fiji Times quoted Honourable Biman Prasad asking for 35% pay cut. He denied saying this, but the same article was published on the NFP website. Strangely, I'm not misleading, I'm telling the truth. What is, Mr. Speaker, sir, is that whenever a member of opposition gets caught telling lies, they simply act like never happened. Leader of another party which did not get a seat, Mr. Sabinathan Arumbe, also suggested that civil servants' pay should be cut. Fortunately to civil servants, we do not listen to these suggestions, and we found a much smarter way. Mr. Speaker, sir, civil servants are people to us. We know they have families too. The Fiji First government looks after our civil servants, who are now paid and treated very well. Many fears caused by the opposition were put to rest with the budget announcement. Imagine being a teacher and a nurse when opposition parties are calling for pay cuts and hearing the rumors on social media that it was going to happen. It demoralized many of our essential workers who are civil servants. Mr. Speaker, sir, I was sent a Facebook post from a young Fijian who said, and I quote, "The media should stop asking opposition what they think and start asking them what would they do differently." I found this to be very wise. The only thing that we can hear from the other side, Mr. Speaker, sir, is negative opinions. Once again, the opposition has failed to provide an alternative budget. This, Mr. Speaker, this is because they do not have any ideas. Ideas, listen and you listen. Ideas require thinking. They do not want to think and actually work. This is mine. They want to criticize. It is easy for them to only do that. What makes it easier is that the Fiji Times and some other media will publish anything they say without fact-checking. Irresponsible all around. Mr. Speaker, sir, while our hard-working Prime Minister and our response teams were protecting Fijians from COVID-19 and Tropical Cyclone Harold, many on the other side were making things worse. Some members of the opposition are very active on Facebook spreading fear. One SODELPA member who knows herself very well contributed to panic buying by making irresponsible posts on a Facebook page. Authorities that already warned Fijians that panic buying meant overcrowded stores and put more people at risk of COVID-19. I say this because it needs to be said. SODELPA and NFP need to understand that their habit of lying is directly putting Fijians in danger. I urge all Fijians to think twice before listening to these people who have been caught telling lies over and over again. Mr. Speaker, sir, while many were spreading fake news on social media, the Fijian government was the biggest source of news for Fijians during COVID-19. The Fijian government Facebook page ensured that Fijians got the facts in a timely manner and kept many of us safe through this. I would like to commend the Minister for ensuring that government's information was delivered in such an effective manner. Even in many rural maritime areas, our people relied on our social media pages for their news. Information is a very important tool during disasters and could be the difference between life and death. I urge Fijians to follow the page and get the latest news. Mr. Speaker, sir, I welcome the reduction in duty to 5% and eliminating import tax on range of food and other goods. This means we Fijians will pay less when buying items. During tough times, these goods become harder to purchase, yet makes the lives of Fijians more comfortable. We do not want to deprive them on this. Nobody has the right to deprive them of this. Some on the other side have suggested that Fijians do not need to purchase certain goods as they are luxury items. Can you listen, please? How dare they try to decide for Fijians what we can and cannot buy? How can you tell a fisherman who wants to buy himself a fridge so that he can store his fish to preserve it so that he can earn a living, that he does not need a fridge? To the fisherman, this is an essential good which will make life easier. Sometimes, Mr. Speaker, sir, the suggestions from the other side are just selfish. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is very great to hear that Fijians will continue to access free medicine and health care. Great news considering we are in the middle of the global virus pandemic. Allowing Fijians to access health and medicine for free takes away from us another burden. The health and well-being of Fijians is a priority for the Fiji First government. We want all Fijians to be healthy and live a long life. I encourage all Fijians to take advantage of the free medicine and health care that you are provided. But we must also remember to eat healthy and exercise daily to prevent NCDs. We must drink a lot of water and continue to play sports. Mr. Speaker, sir, the first home owner grant continues and will allow many Fijians to own their first home. For households who earn less than $50,000 a year, they'll be granted $30,000 to build their first home and $15,000 to buy their first home. For families earning above $50,000 annually, they can be granted $20,000 to build their first home and $5,000 to buy their first home. This will bring happiness and relief for many Fijians who dream of owning their first home. In our time, Mr. Speaker, sir, such opportunities were never provided that it makes me happy to know that we are providing our children with these opportunities. Mr. Speaker, sir, Honorable Sithiben Rabuka sure has a lot to say about the Fiji national budget for his Facebook page. In his latest rant, he talks about Fiji being run into a ground because of Fiji First. Mr. Speaker, sir, those are statements of a hypocrite. Perhaps Honorable Rabuka is suffering from memory loss because he was the one that brought Fiji to the ground in 1987. And the following years, where his management caused the downfall of the National Bank of Fiji. Those who are the children of Fiji, then are still paying off the debt from it today. We are still recovering from his actions, which were inspired by nothing more than greed. Decades later, nothing has changed. Under his leadership, SODELPA has been mismanaged to the point of collapse. At the annual general meeting, SODELPA locked their own supporters outside, claiming that it was due to social distancing. That was very un-Fijian, Mr. Speaker, sir. Fijian will never forget what their lives were under threat. Honorable Rabuka and his SODELPA decided to have a fight for power within the party. To take their own members to court, we now know that SODELPA is all about. They are not about looking after you, the Fijian voter. They are about power, and they will use any trick in the book to get your votes. Mr. Speaker, sir, I urge Fijians to beware of such dirty politics. We cannot fall for it. COVID-19, you don't bother about who wrote it. I'm speaking. COVID-19 has shown us that we need to work together, or we will all fall. No more than ever before, we as Fijians need to be strong and responsible. Do not take it easy just because we are COVID contained. Make sure you wash your hands and follow all the rules provided by the health team. Please do not break the curfew, and do keep physical distance of 2 meters. Save water and electricity. Just because your government provides it at a cheap rate does not mean you should waste it. Your government, or our government, is doing everything to ensure that you are safe from COVID-19, but we need to play our part, or play your part. Please do not listen to fake news on social media, and follow the Fijian government Facebook page for the most trusted news. Please care for one another and continue to pray for our beloved nation. If we show the true Fijian spirit, there's nothing we cannot achieve. Take comfort in knowing that the team of PM and AG and the Fiji First is always going to put you, the Fijian people, first. And we will not stop working until we recover from this virus. Thank you, Mr. Honorable Speaker, sir.